Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be using this Mojo Monday sketch. So you can pause here, get your measurements, cut your pieces, and then come join me on the table. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing and clicking the little notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I upload new content. I would appreciate that so much. All right, so if you guys are ready, come join me at the craft table. So we're going to continue on using the Craft in Gold from Die Cuts with a View and the Echo Park. I want to say it's, I forget what Christmas line it is. It's an older one. It's Celebrate Christmas. Okay. So for the background, I'm using, it's almost, I guess you would call it almost like a fish scale um, pattern on the gold paper. And then I cut out 3 different pattern papers for our circles. Now, because of the circles that we're doing, the colors that I picked out, I'm going to go with the solid green side instead of the red and white, which I used on the other card that I'm going to show you after this is all done. So I'm going to use this as sort of like the anchor, the same way that they used it for the circles in the center. So then I have, instead of using the Santa side, we're going to use the black and white side. We do use the Santas, but it's on the other card. You'll see that in a little bit. And once again, yes, I am using a lot of foam squares because I want as much stability as possible. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and put that there. And then we're going to take all the backings off. And if you wanted to, if you have fun foam and wanted to cut a circle to just cover the whole back, you could do that. I believe you can cut with the fun foam using your punches. I'll have to try that the next time I get a chance to see if it would actually work. But if it does, then you could just use that as a solid piece underneath your die cuts. All right, and then the next one is going to be the packages. And then for the smaller circle, I don't have a 1.5-inch hand punch. So the one I have has scallops on it, and it didn't bother me at all that the scallops would be there. So I went ahead and used it. Now on here, you're going to see I'm putting down, trying to figure out like where I need to put the foam squares. And I wind up putting them on the opposite side than I was supposed to. I went to the right and I should have went to the left. And you see I'm looking, I'm like, wait, what happened? Yeah, because I put them in the wrong spot. So I'm trying to make sure that I move the ones that I need to, because that open space is going to be where it attaches to the other circle. And wherever I need another one, that's where I put it. And then we're going to take the backings off of that and get it attached in its position, basically. And I'm just putting a little dot to give me some wiggle room, which helps because there's a couple of times where I'm trying to put this down and figure out exactly where I want to put it. And I was able to kind of lift it because of the glue that we put on those foam pieces. It allowed me a little bit of time to like move it over just slightly. And then on this one, we're going to add some foam squares. And I'm just making sure like there's no spot that's kind of sagging. And then I think in here, do I do it here? I thought I had to put another foam square. I may have been the other one before we did this. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. So I think we got it. And it's yeah. So now I'm going to do the sentiment. With sketches, the things that I like the most is the fact that you don't have to do every element that's on there. So that little flower design, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is just add a sentiment that's going to go right on the bottom. You can bump it up with a little bit of foam like I'm going to do right here, or you can just apply it flat to the card front. You can add gems, which we're going to add these Pink Fresh, excuse me, Pink Fresh gems. They're the gold. They're almost like flat back pearls basically. But we're going to use them with this because the gold matches perfectly with the background paper. But it just adds a little element to the card. All right, so we're gonna go in, and in these packets of gems, from Picket. I keep doing Picket Fence. It's not Picket Fence. It's Pink Fresh. There are 3 sizes. So there's a small, medium, and a large. So I'm pulling out 5 gems, 2 on one side, 3 on the other, just to give a little bit of like detail, a little something, something, on the card. And just like with any other, if you don't have gems, but you have Nuvo drops, or you have stickles, or you have one of the many things that we all collect, use it. Use what you have, okay? You don't have to use the same thing that I would use. You just want to add something to give it a little pizzazz to end it. If you want to do a flower instead of doing the gems, then add the flower. It's totally up to you. That's the best part of doing these crafts. So we're just using the jewel picker, putting a little bit of wet glue down, and then placing the gems. And I'm just trying to clean up my glue and make sure that I put the top back on with the pin, so that way it doesn't harden. And there you have it. So here's the one I did with the Santas. And on this one, I inked the edges because a lot of the color tones were very matchy. So I wanted to make sure that there was definition. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Sorry about that, I saw my arm just then. I'm like, ooh, let me get the lotion, I'm gonna put that on, and we'll get that taken care of. But here are the close-ups of our final cards. I can't believe it. After tonight, we will be in the new year, 2022. Woo! We made it, you guys. So be safe tonight. If you drink, don't drive. If you're home, just be safe. Be with your loved ones. And I wish you all great blessings for the new year to come. Thanks for being a part of my channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys next year. Have a good one.